Okay, so hello. We are back to Python 0 to Hero. And yeah, I'm still using the mic that is on the webcam, so I'm not using the headset. Hopefully the sound is okay. I checked the recording last week and the sound is not the best, but it's okay. It's still clear enough, I think. So hopefully, well, my computer is very noisy today. The fan is really working hard, so hopefully there won't be too much noises. And hopefully you still hear me all right. Yeah, otherwise maybe I have to invest in a Yeti mic or something like that. But so far so good. And so today we're gonna explore Fast API. So because last Thursday we have the Terminators on Tech, and my colleague showed an app that is built with, well, of course, Terminus DB, but also one of the tools that he used in Python is FastAPI. So I think, well, it's really cool, and some of the syntax is quite unique. Like it's using the Pydantic thing, which I think is very interesting. So I want to explore a little bit more about like FastAPI. So yeah, I think we had a lot of fun with Django last week. Well, the tutorial is not finished yet. Actually, like that tutorial is really big, but I think that, well, if I do like Django for 4 weeks, that would be too much. So I decided to, well, let's try something else. Let's try Fast API. So I think that would be the theme for today, and also for in the future episodes, I would just like try out different libraries in Python, libraries that I've never used before, libraries that is popular but it seems like a good one, but I just need to learn a little bit more, then we could do it together. Right. So I'm completely new to Fast API, so I know nothing. So let's have a look together. We experience this together, okay? So this is the official site, and it says that it's the API framework that it's high performance, easy to learn, fast to code. So hopefully we get something done today then. Yeah, so it's like really fast because on par with Node.js and Go. Wow, okay, and fast to code. Hopefully that's true. Also, it's easy and short. So yeah, it sounds good. So do you have any examples? Well, yeah, very good work from I think it's used by a lot of like companies, so it's quite a famous library. Yeah, so okay, so this is how to install it. I think I have to do it because I haven't done it. So yeah, I think I would just do like pip install fast API here. I'm still using the Django environment, but I think that's fine. I'm in a new folder, of course. So what I'll do is that I would open a new terminal here. So we gotta do this together. Right. So okay, it's a bit slow, my computer. I don't know why. Yeah. Oh, my VPN is on. I forgot to check. Hopefully the streaming will be fine. It's only an hour. Please cooperate. Okay. So pip install fast API. There's no space, I think. Let me double check. So yeah. So I think that's fine. So let's see. So it's collecting. This looks good. Well, what's the next thing that we could do? So yeah, so we can run this example. So it's using a optional typing. So it's using some typing here. It's a very good practice, but I think it's not really needed for some reason. But yeah. So okay, so it's optional. Is string or none. Okay. Right. So, and also like from Fast API, import Fast API, so we would have it. Then, oh, it may be a little bit too small for you all, so let me see if I can make it bigger. Oops. Yeah. Sorry, oops. Okay. It works this way now. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, so we use Fast API, and then after that, it's kind of work as a decorator. So you can use app.get, and then you can set up all these like different paths. That is yeah, that is your API protocol there. So yeah, let's give this a try and see how and then we can run it as well. Okay, let's copy this and then create a main.py as suggested. So yeah, we have it. Good. So let's have a new, let's have a text file. Yes. yeah, Jupyter Notebook is a bit like counterintuitive at the moment because I'm not using it the way it's intended. Right, it's just good to like to do it because everything is in the browser. Okay, so main.py we're done. So we should have like a root that basically just give a hello world as a JSON, I guess. And then like if I give it an item ID, I guess then there will be like some kind of things that got returned here, right? So okay, let's see. Right. So oh, I can use async as well. So let's have a look at this. So yeah, so your function can be async. So okay, yeah, async in a way they yeah, like it's really good. But yeah, we are not using async in a way here, so we just ignore it for now. And then, oh, we have to have UV colon, right? So what is UV colon? So need, okay. So it's kind of like an extra thing that we need. So okay, I would install that as well, no big deal. Pip install UV colon, right? Let me double check. Always double check your spelling because you don't want to download things that are unintended. So yeah, I wish I could copy and paste it, but it's a GIF there, so I can't. Right. Okay, then I can use UVCon to run the server, which is great. Okay, so let's sorry, it's a bit like yeah, a bit like laggy. Okay, so UVCon, if I run main colon app reload, then it will be running a server on 8000. Yeah, it's gonna be fine because I'm on 888 for Jupyter Notebook. And then yeah, so let's try this, and it will restart. Okay, so this is, oh, you can run it here on their server, which is great, but I can run it locally, I think. So let's do that. And okay, see if it works. Yep, it's running something. There's an error. Ooh, not found in module main. Did I do something wrong here? Why I got that error? Let's have a look. And about the commands, okay. Main, the file main.py. Oh, maybe I'm not. Yeah, I'm not in the. Yeah, I'm not in the folder. Is it? No, I should be in the folder. So why is it complaining? Let me see. Let me see. Oops. Yeah. Main.py. Oh yeah, it's the renaming thing, the problem of Jupyter Notebook, yeah. So let me copy that again. Yeah, sometimes like when you rename a file, it just got reset for some reason. And it's not saved. So let's save it. Okay. Right. It should be fine this time. So can I, okay. Oh, okay, so it just refresh. Great, so setup complete. And then I can open the link here. And hello world, that's what I get. Oh my god, and it's so big as well. That's very funny. Okay, so I think if I can choose the item thingy, then I could go to another one, is it? So so yeah, so if I do this, then I should get some question. Yep, so it will get like the item ID, which is 5 here. Oh, you may not be able to see the URL here, but yeah, and then the question is some queries, or query is some query. So yeah, so this is very straightforward. This is an API, and then interactive API docs. Oh, we can also generate an interactive API doc. So yeah, my colleagues show it to us, and it's really cool, this one, because like it's an automatic, like, oops, sorry, it's a bit too big here. It's an automatic document generator. So it was just like the two things that we have the root and we have this item like thing. That is just a doc that runs on the same server. So it's run on my localhost 8000. and then it shows the doc. So this is really cool. And yeah, so there are other schemas that we haven't set it up, so it's kind of like the default thing here. Yeah, so that's really good. So we are impressed. Anything that we could do with it. Alternative docs, so there are redocs. Okay. Also, it generates two docs like for you, so it's like in two different styles. So this is really cool. And this one, okay, it's 200 response. Yeah, I believe this one lets you try it as well. So yeah, you can try it. So if you run it, now it's all run on my local host, but if you run it on a server, then it's a kind of an interactive doc that people can try it, which is super cool. Copy and copy as well. So yeah, it's really good for the user. They can just copy the call and like the get call, and then they can just do that. And then there may be a 422 if, okay, yeah, this is getting more complicated here, right? And then so yeah, this is using Pydantic. This is what my colleague was doing. So then when you kind of view your calls, you can actually have all these item here. Then yeah, then basically is setting up a new kind of model that you could return. So for example, here I have item. So yeah, I can have an, you know, I can have a type that's an item, which is I defined here is a class. So this item, it will have a name, it will have a price, it will have an its offer. So this is like the attribute of the item, and they're of course in different types. And with Pydantic, you can just condense it like this, which is super cool. So yeah, let's try this one. So I think Pydantic is included, I hope. So I can just paste it in and run it. I think, oh, there's so many of these. And yeah, I am updating this one, and I now have a put call, right? So the put will basically give you, so yeah, you have to give it an item, and then it will show the item name and the item ID there. So let's try this, shall we? So yeah, so the doc will get updated, of course. So if we go to the docs, hopefully it's got updated. Oh, this is redoc, is it? Yeah, this one, the swag UI. So yeah, it got updated, and I can update an item here. Thanks for Pydantic. And then yeah, and then I can try it out, and then I can just try it out there. This is great. Okay, put, and then I can try it out, and I can put an item ID here, which is like 3, I guess, I don't know. And then request body, can I cancel and try it again? Try it out. Yeah, so it will give me price 0. Is it the expected behavior? When the parameter directly interact with the API. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Name is the item name. Price is 0 is always true. Okay, so this is what we did. And oh, there's an execute button. Okay, that will communicate and show on screen. Okay, I overlooked it because it's too big. So yeah, put in 1, 2, 3, 4. Why not? And execute. Then so this is like the request body. So it generates for us that this is the request body that basically saying like name, price is 0, and it's always true. And I executed, and I got a response. So this is the code that is running, and then it go to this like URL 1, 2, 3, 4, and then now what I get as a response is that I'll have the item name and the item ID, which is exactly what I've done in the main.py, and also like some headers, like have like metadata that like what time we sent it, you know, and server and the length. So yeah, so far so good. So it's working fine. Also, I think you can. So there's no example available. Yeah, these are more like complicated thing, but this is like what we're expecting. And yeah, successful response actually is kind of like this, right? So yeah. Okay, so yeah, you don't have to. Hey, hello. Dem, did I pronounce it correctly? Hello, hi there. Haven't seen you for a while. Right. So yeah, so this is you can have a put call with the API. So this is really cool. It's very easy to set up as well. You can see the code. Let's look at the code again. Yeah, the code is just that you define all these objects with class, and then because you're using Pydantic, you just call the base model, and then you can just have all this attribute there. And then of course you can type, typing all these things, because you're using typing here. And yeah, it's just building the core. It's just a decorator. So it's very simple and easy and straightforward, which is very nice. Personally, I don't create API that much. I don't do a lot of web development. So yeah, so it's not really my thing, but it's something that I think even me could like start very easily. So yeah, so for 3.6, of course, you can just use an int or the item, because this is the typing for 3.6 plus. I think, yeah, so that's why if you are using 3.5, yeah, looks like Flask. Really? No, this is FastAPI. This is FastAPI. And yeah, it's kind of like, I know why you think that it's kind of like Flask, because when you do the call, it's a decorator. So Flask also do the decorator thing. That is, yeah, that's similar to this, right? So this is like Flask also do things like that. It's just, they just call it app as well, because app is a name. Hey, hi, Jumac, hey. Yeah, so it's very similar to Flask. Yes, you're correct, because well, of course, it's not FastAPI for Flask. It will be Flask, but like the way it got used is very similar. So yeah, if you're a Flask user, you found this really feel at home. Yeah, which is a good thing, I think. Like, this is one thing I like about Flask, but well, Django is also good, but Flask can let you build up something very easily, just like that, So yeah, I think it's in the kind of like on par with Flask API. And then yeah, so there are all these things that is available, and item ID. So it's explaining all these things. So I think it's quite straightforward, and it's, well, but if you're interested in the explanation, you can just go to their documentation and have a look. Yeah, so I think this is the basic principle of it, and well, I'm sure that you can get things to become more complicated, but this is basically how it works. So yeah, off to, it will be like another paying as JWT tokens is something that like I struggle with a lot. So yeah, so they are more like complete example at the tutorial. We may look at it afterwards, but we just finished looking at this page for now. Yeah, we can use extra features like WebSocket. Ooh, GraphQL. So it sounds really good. Cookie sessions. Yeah, if you need something that's more sophisticated, you can definitely do that as well. Yeah, headers, cookies, forms, performance. Or of course, it's like saying that it's really good. I think, yeah. And optional dependencies, you can use well, JSON parsing here, email validation, which is, I think, is a very good tool. Jinja too. Yep, if you want to build a template, so it's kind of something that we learned in Django as well, how to build those like templates. Yeah, so it's kind of, yeah. Now it's like you can see that we are entering a world of hello, hi, Mal. Oh, I got like your name is super difficult to Mal. I'm not trying, but yeah, hi, hello. Thank you for typing in the chat. Yeah, so. And then what else we have? So, yeah, everything is coming together. Like all these things that building a client and other things like YAML, PyYAML. So it's another thing that is good. So yeah, so this is the thing. So let's have a look at the tutorial. Oops, if we could. Yeah, and run the code. So we have done this part. We have done all these basic things. Do we have like more things to try out? Advanced user guide. There's no link to it. Where is it? Advanced user guide. Read the user guide. We're doing right now. Yeah. Advanced user guide. Where is the guide? Oh yeah, maybe next. Yeah, click the next page. Sorry, me being dumb. Okay. Yeah. So this is quite nice. I think this is the basic thing that I've done. Oh, we can use schema. How does that work? So API schema, we can use Open API. That is, yeah. So as another, oops, what's going on with my computer? Where is it? Where is my window? Okay, I'm freaking out right now, so yeah, I don't know what happened. Oops. Yeah. I think the window just disappeared. Wait a second. What's going on? And yeah, it got freaked out. I don't know what's going on. 1 second. Oh, here. Okay. Right. Sorry. Back on track. Right. So, right. And then this is, yeah, this is Open API. And then, wow, there's lots of text here. I'm not reading all of them, but so markdown. Yeah, so it's following Open API, I guess. That's what it is saying. I hope. Workflow, yeah. So, okay, thank you. Close it. And then the data schema. So API schema used the Open API. The data schema used the refer to the shape of some data, like a JSON content. Yeah, so it's kind of more like a data transfer thingy. And there's also JSON schema. So Open API.json. Oh, we already have it, is it? Do we? What's going on? Okay. So this is, I think it's a template, an example of like the Open API. So yeah, this is basically the JSON. Yep. Open API.json, so it's already there, but this is nicer to look at. So let's look at this. Yeah, so you can see that this is all the things that we have. We can have the paths, which we have items, and then we have that response. So it's there, and then so it's kind of automatically build this Open API JSON for you, I think, which is good. And yep, this is the Hello World example that we have done. And then yeah, so we can skip some of these because we have already tried a quick tutorial. So yeah, operation. So we have a yeah, we have lots of them. So yeah, get and put, we have already see, post, also a common one, delete, and also there are more like, you know, uncommon ones, you know, head, patch, all these things. Yeah, so for this is for me, right? I'm not familiar with API, then like, you know, you use post to create data. I get to read the data, so I think, yeah, the get is the most common one because, you know, you're just getting the data. And then put is update the data, so get and put is the, yeah, it's things that I see the most. And delete. Okay, so yeah, post and delete are not as common, I think. Like usually it's get and put because you want to update things and then you get something back. Yeah, so we have a get operation just using like what we did, using the decorator, and then we put in the path here. Yeah, so in case you don't know what is the decorator, I'll also explain a little bit. But I think if you are my, you know, loyal viewers, then you see that like we have a decorator episode long time ago. So hopefully you are familiar with it. So yeah, so this are the calls. So yeah, in FastAPI there is also like these are post, put, delete with get. So these are the 4 common ones, and these are the 4 uncommon ones. Yeah, use. Okay, so yeah, something to be aware if you're using other things like, you know, GraphQL, then you can only use post. So yeah, not all of the thing that you're using are like, yeah, so it's just that like FastAPI provide everything for you, but it's not like you won't be able to use all of them sometimes because of the other things that work in your app. So operation, yep, so this explains everything. Also you can use async, and yeah, this is an async function. I think we're not touching async too much now, but yeah, well, you can dive into it. So yeah, this is explaining what we've done, right? So let's go deeper into what we haven't learned yet. So this, yeah, we can take a parameter like we have done before. So I think this part also is something that we've done. We can go a little bit faster. And yeah, so we haven't tried the error thing. So item supposed to be taking an integer here, right? Item ID. So you see that is supposed to be an integer. So if you put in something like a string, like this one, like we have put in items and then full instead of number 3, then yeah, it will give me an error. I'm saying that, you know, value is not a valid integer. So you get an error message as well. Okay. Yep. So yeah, so that's why using the typing. So that's why it's good to use the typing, because you can have free data validation. So if you're not using typing, then maybe like inside and you have to check and then throw in error yourself, which is a bit annoying. So yeah, you can put in a float, also an error, you know, like it will be an error again, you know. Yeah, because 4.2 is not an integer, obviously. I hope it's obvious enough. So yeah. And then documentation, yeah, we have seen that. There's some free documentation as well. Everything coming for free for FastAPI. That is so good. It's like, it's faster than McDonald's. It's faster than a fast food chain, to be honest. So this is really cool. And Pydantic, we have looked at it before. So you can create a more complex data model with Pydantic. Yeah, so you can use the same data like type decoration, but you can build a more complex model by using, like you have seen it in the previous example. Path operation, and yeah, so you can have 2, right? So you can have, if the user have a user ID, then it should go here, but if it's me, then it should go somewhere else, like the current user. So yeah, so you can have 2, which you basically you make a special case from user ID here, and this is so yeah, but the path operation is evaluated in order. So if you swap these 2, then what happens is that it won't work for me. So let's give this a try, and I can show you what they are trying to say here. So let's change this main. Okay, we don't need it anymore. Let's save it, and then now we can try going to, oops, where was it? Okay, yeah, let me close the other things. Okay, so if I go to users me, right, it should go to the current user. Okay, so let me do this, and then if I go to here, instead of this, I go to users me. Oh, sorry, I put 2 slash there. That's my bad. Okay, so it's not updated. Oh yeah, so this is the current user, right? So me is supposed to be giving you the current user, but what happened if I swap the order? So because FastAPI execute this in order, so it will first check whether it's me. If not, then it will go to user ID, right? So if it's not me, for example, if this is Chirk, all right, so what this will give me is Chirk, right? Because it will give me the user ID back. But if we swap this 2, okay, so if we swap this 2, and let's put it here. All right, all the spacings are all messed up. Okay, so now I check whether there's like users and user ID first before I go to me. So what happened is that, well, if I run check, well, still check, that's fine, it's working fine. But if I put me here, yeah, it will be a user called me. Create API docs with FastAPI. Yes, so maybe you have missed that part. I can show you again. Yeah, the doc is automatically generated with FastAPI, but I don't think it's generated with FastAPI. It's like FastAPI generated it for you. I think it's using something called Swagger UI. Yeah, but yeah, this is the point that they're making about the order, because now it's just, you know, me also is like a string, right? So it's also fall into this category. So we just go into here before me. So put more your more specific cases before the more generic cases. That's what you should bear in mind if you're using FastAPI for cases like this. So yeah, this is the documentation that we were talking about, and it's a Swagger UI. So I don't know whether you can see the title there. Yeah, it's Swagger UI. So it's not really using FastAPI to build it, but FastAPI have this thing, you know, that come with it, that you can just generate a doc for your API, which is really cool. Yeah, so we are cool. So after the order, and then also we can have predefined values. So yeah, this is using the pydantic thing, right? And I'm using a string and an enum here. And then, so yeah, now like all these values have a default, I think. So when you are using this, so this is the model name, and yeah, so basically there's 3 options here. Okay, so they're using pydantic a little bit different. So .alexnet is just storing alexnet, and it's just checking whether they are equals to these strings. Yeah, so these two are the same basically. It's just that you store it here, then it's more managed, like more clear. Your code is cleaner. Yeah, enumerations are available in Python since version 3.4. Okay, good information there. Yeah, it's just named for the machine learning model. Okay, yeah. Declare path parameter, and then what they're doing here is that get model, they're doing the same thing. What's the difference? Why they're highlighting it? Yeah, because model name, it need to be a model name, right? So, oh yeah, I think it's kind of like the type check that if model name is not this, then it's just it will throw an error, I think. Yeah, so I think these are the default values, so it needs to be either one of these. So if it's not, then it will throw an error. Let's try if I'm correct. So let me copy this and have a play with this thing. So yeah, now models, I should give like either one of these model names here, but if I'm being naughty and put something else, what will happen? And okay, so let's be nice first and then put AlexNet. Okay. Oh, it's not found. What? Have I saved it? I have saved it. Maybe it's not updated yet. There's AlexNet, right? Model name equals to model name.alexnet. Yeah, it should work. Let me try again. Maybe I spelled it wrong. Oh, maybe I have to use 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it? Because it's enum. No, it's still not found. Oh, sorry, I have a double slash there. It happens all the time. Okay, sorry, I am stupid. And yeah, so this time AlexNet is like, okay, deep learning, yay, it's a deep learning model. But if I put something else, like for example, is there a model called Chirk? And then yeah, it gives me an error because it's not a valid member. So it needs to be like either one of these 3 things. So I can use Lynette. So Lynette is fine because it's one of these, yeah. Yeah. So if you have options, so it's like it needs to be either one of those, then you can do things like this. So this is nice. Type checking for the win. Yeah, check the doc. So yeah, the doc also gives you. Oh, the doc also gives you the option there. So let's have a look. Yeah, so get models. Yes, so now it's like it knows that there's only 3 available values. Okay, so you can't put anything other than that. You will get an error if you do that. So yeah, you can try it out, and then you can choose either one of them and execute. And yep, this is very nice. I really like this documentation. This is like kind of like documentation on steroid or something. You can try it there. I mean, like, this is cool. So yeah, I am really impressed. Really impressed. I know why it's like why it got so popular and people love it. Yeah, and then path parameters containing paths. And ooh, okay, so these are like file paths. So what is going on here? So OpenAPI, of course, like they have. Oh, they don't support it. Okay, so you can't use it with OpenAPI. Path converters. So yeah, so you have to use path to convert the path. Otherwise, it's just like very strange because it's a path, and then how can you understand that that's an input? So then now if you do this, then we know that is the path become a file path, and then it become a string, and then you could do that. So yeah, so we can give this a try here as well to see if it really works. Okay, so let's save that, and let's try it with our I don't have this like okay, the URL should be files. I don't know if it will work for me because I don't have the file, obviously, but let's see what's going on. So if I do this, okay, and yeah, it's not found. Yeah, I think it's because I don't have that. I don't have the file, so it doesn't work for me. So I can't demonstrate that. Yeah, I can demonstrate that one. So or maybe I'm missing files. Yeah, maybe here. For double dash. Oh yeah, because this is a path itself, so you need a double dash here. So yeah. So maybe yeah, we need to do it this way. Like yeah, I forgot to put path there. So yeah, if so you put so the okay, so we have to put like files. So it'll be like 127.0.0.0.1, so that's the local host, and then you put files, and then you put a slash, and then because the path itself contains one slash, right? Because one slash is the root, so you have to have a double slash when you put in the URL here. I don't know whether you can see, but the URL that I put in is like this. Okay, so there's a double slash here because well, this is the path parameter, because the path parameter itself containing one slash, so we have to have it there. Yeah, so that's that. We got that clear. And then, so yeah, that's this chapter done. And then query parameters. So there's some limit here. So how can I do? Okay, so we can use this kind of query syntax here. That we can have a question mark, and then we can put, you know, this parameters in. And then yeah, so you can do this with the other path as well. There's skip and limit that you can set. Also you can have optional, then you know it's kind of like this is the example that we have done before, right? So Q could be optional, that you could not have it. Right, yeah, so if you have Q, then it will give you the Q. If not, it will just return the item ID. Yep, it's optional because you can equals to none. So if it's none, then you can, then you would just, you know, this will be false. Then you would just return the item ID. This is how it works. And then query parameters type conversion. So yeah, so how about false? Like false, it will be a string, right? So it's just false. So how can I convert it? Well, the thing is that if you do this, kind of like this here, you know, you type it as boolean, then what it does is that for you just check for like if it's 0 or 1, then if it's like so yeah, 0 1 is very obvious, 1 is true, 0 is false, or actually 2 3 4, like any number would be true, 0 is false, I think. True is true, like this is Python true, right? And this is JavaScript true, also will become true. On, which is not an empty string, so it's also true. Yes, it's also true. I don't know why, but case validation, yeah. Yeah, with the bool value of true, otherwise is false. So the default, so if you don't put in anything there, it will be false. So yeah, so if you skip this parameter, it will become false as well. So yeah, give this a try. This sounds interesting. So let's give this a try here. And then save. Okay, so let's play. So I want to try this. So this should give me true, right? So if it's true, then it should update and give me the description. Yeah, amazing item has a long description. This is very funny. Okay, my computer is frozen for a bit. Okay. Right, not found again. Oh, no. Oh, okay. I think okay. I didn't delete the old path. Right. Then yeah. Full. But how about my long description? Let me put true here. Oop, it's still not true. Why? Okay. Yeah, update queue, update description, return item. Yeah, why is it not? I'm a bit upset because I'm expecting it to be true. Case validation. Yeah, this should be true, right? So it keep giving me like force here. So if I don't put short here. Oh, okay. So yeah, okay. So with the description, actually it is false. Okay, so I'm tripped over by this not here. So if it's not short, so this is not short because short is false. So it's not short, then it will say that, oh my god, it's a long description. But if you put down question mark short equals to 1, then yeah, it's short, then it should not have the, it's not long, it's fine, you know, or true, that's why it's not long. How about if I put in force? Yeah, then it become a long description again. And how about small force? Yep, it's also a long description. How about on? So on is, well, it is short, so it's on. And how about 1, 2, 3, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4 is sorry, they can't pass 1, 2, 3, 4 as a boolean. So either 0 or 1 then in this case. It's not that smart. It doesn't pass 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. And so on and off is a possible value for passing. So yes and no is also a possible value for passing. Yes. Short is yes. Short is no. Then it becomes long again. How about y and n? I want to try that. Y. Oh, y and n also work. Okay. And n. Yep. So how about short is C. Yep, so you can do that. So it's only yes or no. It can't have other things. So yeah, or -1. Can -1 work? Nope, -1 doesn't work. Okay, so yeah, always really hardly readable. Your logo comes. Oh, really? Sorry about that. Oh no. Yeah. So yeah, but the only difference I think here for the so this is an error message that you're looking at. So the only difference between true and false is just that if it's if short is false, which it means that it's long, then you will see the description here. And let me see if I can remove my logo for now so you can see it better. Right. Okay, sorry about that. Branding. Now you can see everything. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I should bear in mind that because like some of these things actually started, at the there's no margins, so my logo basically cover it. Sorry about that. Yeah. So so that's that. We have 15 minutes left, so let's see if we have more interesting things to discover. If not, then then we just go through the tutorial and that's it. Right. So then we have so I think this is the none thing that we have set up before. Need need D is required parameter type string. So yeah, so this is a needed parameter. Yeah, if you don't give this so this is not optional, so you will get an error if you don't provide this parameter. Yeah, so you really have to set it. Yeah, so set it in the URL, and then it will work. But if you set it as optional, then you can skip it. So yeah, that's just what it's saying. Next, request body, and then yeah, we're using Pydantic here, and then yeah, this is what we have done before, that there is a post request, and yes, this is what we have done before, and it will validate the data and all these things like normal. And then of course you can have the documentation, very nice documentation that you can try it out, and also editor support as well, so it will auto complete it for you, which is nice. So that's the power of Pydantic, I think. So yeah, this is Visual Studio. Some of you are very familiar with it, or PyCharm as well. I'm not using any of those now, so I can't really show you that. Use the model. So yeah, this is the model that you created. Then this is the base model, very straightforward, that you would have two attribute that you declare the type here as well. So I think this is quite straightforward, and I'm not interested to try it out, but they may have something more interesting that I could try. For example, like this one. This one is that, so yeah, it expand this as a dictionary basically. And then we can have a look at how it looks like. Copy it and then paste it here. So yeah, the model itself, this one will become a dictionary, and then we just put 2 star there to expand it. So let's see. And then so what we should do, do you have a query for me? Maybe I can copy something that they have before. No. Yeah, I'm just lazy. I'm looking for something that, oh, maybe I can try it in the documentation. I forgot about that. So let's try that. Yeah, try it in the documentation here. Okay. Right. So try it out. I need to have an item ID. I can put 1, 2, 5, 6. Not 1, 2, 3, 4. And then yeah, I need to have all these parameters. It's already set for me, and then I execute them, and then you can see that yeah, the response now is like basically expanding this dictionary and showed it here. So yeah, we have the item ID, and then the rest will be just the parameters that we have set. So it will just expand it and put it here. So this is a very convenient way. You don't have to type it out like explicitly for all of them, which is great. So what else we can do? Of course, it could be optional, and you know, we can have optional query here, and then yeah, we could update the query as well. So yeah, let's try this one as well. Why not? So I like the more complicated stuff. And then just need to refresh the documentation here. Yep, so this time we can have the query string as well. So yeah, just random. Yeah, maybe the 0 is not that good. So hello, and then I just, yeah, same thing here. It's just a string. Just putting in, and then yep, now we have the queue as well. So we can mix and match everything, which is good. And query parameters. Yes. Yeah, like this is good thing about FastAPI. You can mix in the query parameters as well, and it just works very smoothly, very easily. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it. I don't feel comfortable diving more deep down. I think I've covered quite a lot of good stuff offered by FastAPI. I think if you're interested, you can continue this journey yourself. I just want to give everybody a quick start. And yeah, I think I would end it here, because I found that it's kind of like a natural ending, because like we've covered more or less all the basic things. Of course, there are more to offer. There are like validations with regular expressions, all this stuff. But if I go through every one of them, I think it will, you know, yeah, it would take, I don't know how long, maybe like another episode, which I won't do it, because like I said, I would just, you know, move on from library to library and try to cover different topics and maybe give you an idea what different library does, and maybe when you need to use it, then you would think of it, and then you can be, oh, I have actually tried it a little bit, and then maybe it seems like the right tool for me to use. So yeah, so this is why we're doing it here. So in the last few minutes, I would do some advertisement. So this is Pajamas Conf, which is happening in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, yeah, almost like 2 weeks. So it's December the 5th, and December the 6th actually. Like if you're in UK, and yeah, Regex is, well, yeah, it's gonna be taking so much time to explain because it's, well, I did a tutorial about Regex ages ago. You can check that out, but yeah, Regex could take forever to explain. So we have tickets now. So so Pajamas Conf is a 24-hour conference. So it start so if you're in UK, so it's UTC. It starts at 8 a.m. to the next day 8 a.m. So it's 24 hours, and then I hope that people around the world can join us. We already have speakers from Australia, speakers from India, speakers from the US, from Mexico. So that's very nice. And so we would announce the speaker and the schedule later today. And tickets is already there. I can assure you that the talks are amazing. We have some very well experienced speaker with us as well. So yeah, tickets are free. Of course, you're recommended to donate if you could. It's not crazily expensive. All the money that because we already have a sponsor, so we have Microsoft as a sponsor. So all the money that we make here through donation will actually go back to the community. So we are not spending any of the money that you donate because we have sponsors to support our expenses. And our expenses is very low because it's an online conference, and everybody just volunteered their time for it. So please, if you have nothing to do, or you don't have to be there 24 hours. I won't be there for 24 hours. But yeah, you can just register a ticket and join us for the party. We will try to maybe, we will have amazing talks. We will try to organize some kind of fun things to do on Discord as well. So get your tickets, and yeah, more things will be announced. Talks will be announced later today, and make sure you grab a pajamas because that's the dress code. I will be in pajamas and hosting the talk. So yeah, so that would sounds great. So yeah, so that's it for me for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, you all. You all are amazing, and have a lovely week. And I will see you next week. Bye.